Howdy everybody, Prospector Jerry, and you know we're on another adventure. It is just amazing out. The sun's out, there's hardly any clouds. It's going to be an awesome day, a very unexpected awesome day.
On this episode, I'm back out in the hills looking for that shiny yellow metal. It's a beautiful spring day. The seasons are starting to change, and it's as if the forest is trying to tell me that the best is yet to come.
This looks good. I think we're gonna poke around right here. There's some cracks that I can see, I'll show you. We'll clean these out. The river is raging and it's very dangerous right now. So I'm gonna work very carefully, collect as much material as I can, and keep my panning to a minimum as to avoid getting into that water. All right, so I have my first pan's worth of material all collected. There's some really neat cracks up in here. This one looked really good. All up in here. Some of these smaller ones. A lot of these down in here. It looked really good. Well, we'll see what we get. Like about this thing, one of these is like one full pan's worth of material. Now for the hard part, getting to where we need to pan. This is some sketchy area. Almost tempted to jump, but that's probably not a good idea. I'll do this here. There's a one little chunky piece right there. Bunch of little fines in there, not a lot. And we'll keep going. Not a good sign, because that stuff looked really good. Well, that's prospecting. Well, I did one more battery, a lot of little cracks. This area behind me, still not looking good. It's better, but not what I expected. Very little black sand. Some gold in there, but not much. So at this point, I'm going to poke around even further down. That's prospecting. You just got to keep sampling. It makes sense. As this stuff's starting to blow out, I'm starting to get better gold. So we'll just keep on pushing on, and hopefully we'll get a little bit better gold on the next pan. So I made me a little friend. Check this guy out. What's up, buddy? Seems pretty tame. There's probably a lot of people that frequent this area. It's like, what food do you have for me? It's okay, bud. Just hanging out, waiting for me to eat my lunch. He knows. I'm watching you. It's like Petey. Just hanging out, waiting for lunchtime. Where you going? Show me where the gold is. It's probably got a stash of acorns and big old gold nuggets somewhere. Well, I moved again. That spot that I just showed you guys turned out to be a bust. Hardly any gold. Quite a bit of black sand, but not much gold, surprisingly. So I'm at a spot now that I'm calling Butterfly Beach. Can you see why? When I showed up, there was a belt sitting right here. And it kind of took a double take because it looked exactly like the belt I have on. Thought I lost my belt, but I found an extra one. Kind of cool. So I'm basically back to where I was a couple videos ago. I was messing around right over here. I think I'm gonna wrap up the day over here. I know there's gold. I didn't come this far up, so I'm gonna poke around. I've already found a few crevices. And hopefully I'll have something good to close out the day with. It's been a good day. Seen a lot of cool wildlife, a lot of pretty stuff going on. We got a hiker up here. Guess I'm not alone. But we'll keep at it. Hopefully I'll have something cool to show you. Well, I'm calling this pan the Butterfly Beach Bonanza Pan. I think those butterflies know a thing or two. Not a ton in there, but some decent sized pieces. Bunch of pokers. Thank you, butterflies. Now, a lot of people are going to say, why would you dig that? Or what's with this? But I look for stuff like this because no one's really ever going to mess with it unless they're out here with a vacuum. Just these little tiny cracks, man. They actually do hold gold. And I did okay. Still not as good as I was hoping for, but it's starting to get a little bit better. Gold poking through. So I'm just gonna keep playing around right around here. It's still kind of early. It's probably about 10:30, 11. I think I'm gonna have an earlier lunch today. Kind of hungry for whatever reason, so maybe it was the hike in, a little bit of a longer hike. But I'm gonna break for lunch a little early today. But we're gonna continue at it and see what we get. I got an awesome pan. Not sure where it came from. I was kind of jumping all over the place over here. More of this stuff that's all jagged. Let's check it out. I could see gold poking through. You could see it in the corner right there. Oh, look at that. Tons of finds in there. That's an awesome pan. A few more of those. I'll have me a gram or two. One nice poker picker piece in there. And a ton of finds. That's a good way to break for lunch right there. Now that I know we're on some gold, I can eat my lunch, get re-energized, and hit it hard. That's the plan. I was just sitting down for lunch and I noticed something. Whoa, there's a tire down there. Wonder how that thing got in there. Maybe it kind of worked its way up under here like that. Because, man, there is a huge boulder on top of that thing. Kind of crazy. Even little cracks like this, people don't think about these that much. Kind of overlook them. But even cracks like this, I've found decent gold in before. Break for lunch. Got the good old go-to. An important thing, I've brought it up in a lot of my videos. If you're doing solo trips, you're going to want to have something like this. This is a satellite transponder. It has an SOS button on it. You can hit in case you fall and break your leg. Hopefully you can crawl over and hit this button. The other cool thing is you can text two-way satellite text. So you always have service. I can talk to my wife, let her know I'm okay, let her know I need help. Really important if you're going to start doing this prospecting and you're going to be solo. You want to think about investing some money in one of these. They're not cheap, but it's a very important tool to have. This might be my next dig spot. I think I'm going to give it a try. There's a ton of poison oak all over the place. What's funny is you could see in areas where the poison oak's way healthier. I was noticing this bunch right here. It's just gleaming. Nice and oily, really healthy. It's kind of almost like a hydroponically fed plant. It's got the spring feeding it compared to the other stuff. This stuff's doing really well. Shows you the difference when it comes to what's feeding this stuff. Kind of interesting. Let's go and grab the vac and get to this stuff up here. Well, I just worked pretty darn hard in the sun. Working in the sun, prospecting, not fun. And I got a pan and the gold's starting to slow down again. So I might have to move. There's still some in there. But like I said, it's starting to slow down some. It's not as good as that one really good pan that I had. And I'm running out of cracks to work, so probably time that I start moving on. Well, it's about 1 or 2 o'clock. It's kind of hard to tell. I meant to check my phone, but it's all packed away in my bag. I'm taking off. It's kind of the heat of the day, that time of the day. I'm in the sun and it's just killing me. The gold's not, well, it's not that it's not any good. There's just nowhere else to vac around here. I've pretty much worked every crack that I could find. So the plan is now to pack up and I'm gonna head back. I have an area kind of in between where I've worked that I haven't seen yet, and I got a little bit of day left. So if I get over there and I'm not pooped, I'm gonna see if we could find this spot and maybe do a little bit more panning. If not, I might just end up going home and calling it a day. But either way, it's been a good day so far. Well, here's the trail. I'm liking how we're starting to get a gravel bar right here, if you see. A lot of this rock is all coming off the hillside. I mean, and it's river worn, but that stuff down there is more pushed from the river and it's starting to collect and turn into a gravel bar. Let's see about this bedrock right at the beginning of this right here. That might be pretty good. Well, I found a spot that I'm gonna work for a couple of reasons. It doesn't look extremely good, but like I said, there's the start of this gravel bar behind me, but it's in the shade. And there's lots of little cracks. And I think I'm just gonna start backing some of this stuff right in here. Some of this stuff in here. It's nice and cool right here. Good spot to finish out the day. First pan, not a whole lot, but nice little poker. Almost nothing else in there. Kind of makes you wonder if you should dig or shouldn't. It's not very good, but it's in the shade. I only have a battery and a half left. I think I'm just gonna finish it out in here. I'm gonna move up here just to my, I think, second or third pan from this spot. Calling it the end of the day spot. Pretty decent pan. Decent enough to turn on the camera and I'm gonna share it with you guys. A few pokers in there. Some fines. One of those pokers is pretty rough too. I mean, there's still even gold back in here. See how I'm smiling? I just got a really good pan. Really good pan. Oh yeah, a picker and a bunch of pokers. And that picker is chunky. It looks flat, but it's about 2 or 3 times thicker than most flat pickers are. I'll show you. I mean, it's still flat, but it's got a little bit of mass to it. It's a little more 3D than super flat pokers I'm used to around here. Or pickers, that is. Awesome. Way to close out the day. I still have 1 battery left too. That spot that I got it from looked really good. Hopefully I can find some more that look like that. I'll show it to you really quick. Right down in there. This crack came to a nice little pocket at the bottom. I was kind of worried when I was digging it that it was just going to go straight through, but it actually bottomed out and kind of went up in the back. So it was just a nice little, yeah, I don't know, a pocket or just a little catch right there. And I dug that out, and that's all that I dug was right here. I think oh, and right here too. I don't think it came from in here. It could have. Pretty sure it came from down there though. Let's see what else we have. Let me do a little pre-dig planning. That looks kind of good. So if that was pretty good there, that looks like it could be pretty good. I dug that out earlier. And I dug this out. What about up underneath here? Ooh, I see a pocket right there. Oh yeah, and there's material in it. That's my next dig. See what you got. Well, I did my last pan, my last battery, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't even good enough to turn the camera on for, so I didn't. But it's been a really good day. You guys have seen the gold that I've got. I've seen a lot of cool stuff today. Got some pretty good gold. I could definitely say it's been a good day, so I'm happy with leaving at this point. I'm gonna guess it's probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somewhere about there. Perfect time to get out of here. I'm gonna make me a little water. I got to break out my filter. Drink some water, get hydrated, get ready for the hike out. So, can't wait to get home, play with the blue bowl, see what we got for the day. I think it's going to be a pretty good amount, so it's a good day.
Well, some days you might find good gold like today, and other days you might find no gold. But still, something might have happened along the way that made it a great day. That's the great thing about prospecting. There are no guarantees, but there's plenty of possibility. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Till next time, thanks for watching.